Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the insights you actually need. Today, we're tackling something that, well, it goes against the grain for a lot of gardeners. The idea that the real prep for a spectacular spring garden starts right now,
Yeah.
in the fall.
Yeah, it sounds a bit backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But fall planting is, honestly, it's a game changer for getting that amazing spring display. So this deep dive, we're all about using autumn's kind of unique conditions, setting your garden up for, an explosion of life next year.
Okay.
We'll get into what to plant, the crucial timing, how to do it right, and how certain soil goodies can really supercharge things.
Right. So distilling the essentials, giving you that actionable knowledge for a garden that, well, makes the neighbors jealous.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this. Fall planting. It feels counterintuitive, thinking about tulips when the leaves are falling. But you're saying the conditions now are actually ideal? How does that work?
It's this really interesting combination. So the air's getting cooler, right? Which means less stress on plants. Way less than summer heat. But the soil, it holds on to warmth for ages.
Oh, okay.
And that warm soil is absolutely critical. It lets the plants focus all their energy on root development, getting those roots strong before the ground properly freezes.
So instead of struggling in spring or summer heat, they get this head start underground, building strength quietly all winter.
Precisely. It's like sending them to a winter training camp. Seriously. So when spring comes, they're not just waking up, they're ready to burst out.
Yeah.
Vigorous growth, amazing flowers.
That makes a lot of sense. They're already established.
Exactly. Stronger roots mean they're more resilient, better at grabbing nutrients, even handling dry spells later. And for perennials, that cold period, that dormancy, it actually triggers essential internal processes like cold stratification for seeds, but for the whole plant. It's vital for that spring wake-up call.
Okay. So the why is clear. But for us here in Canada, the when is pretty crucial, isn't it? You mentioned a magic window.
Timing is everything, absolutely. You want to catch those ideal conditions. For Canadian gardens, you're generally looking at late September through October. That's your sweet spot for things like tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, those classics.
Late September, October.
Got it. But, and this is really important, there's a hard deadline.
Okay.
You have to get them in the ground before the first hard frost, before the soil freezes up.
And that's not just about avoiding frozen fingers while digging, right?
Yeah.
There's a biological reason for this timing, this chill factor you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. That chill period isn't just rest. It's a requirement called vernalization. During those cold weeks, the bulb is actually doing a lot. Developing roots, yes, but also initiating the flower buds for spring.
Okay.
Without enough cold time, those signals just don't fire, and you won't get the show you're hoping for. Simple as that.
No flowers. Disaster.
Right. And planting before the hard frost also lets the roots anchor a bit. Helps to prevent frost heave.
Frost heave.
Yeah, where the freezing and thawing cycles can actually push the bulbs right out of the ground if they're not anchored.
Okay. Definitely want to avoid that. So we know why. We know when. What should we be planting now, besides the usual suspects like tulips and daffodils?
Well, the classics are classics for a reason. They're great for fall planting. But yeah, you can definitely think broader. Garlic is a big one. Planted in the fall, you get much larger bulbs and earlier harvests next summer.
Oh, interesting. Garlic.
Yep. And loads of hardy perennials do really well with fall planting. Think hostas, daylilies, peonies. Planting them when they're dormant or going dormant means way less transplant shock. They can just focus on roots.
Even trees and shrubs.
Bare root ones, absolutely. Gives them that same root advantage. You can even sow seeds for some things like foxgloves or hardy annuals. They'll sprout, develop some roots, and then just explode early next spring.
Wow, okay. So it really opens up the possibilities for next year's garden. It's strategic thinking.
It is, using those natural cycles.
All right, so say you've picked your bulbs or your garlic or perennials. The actual planting. Is it complicated? Are there key rules?
Nah, it's actually pretty straightforward for the most part. For bulbs, the main rule of thumb is depth.
Okay.
Plant them about 3 times their height deep.
3 times their height, okay.
So like a 2-inch tulip bulb goes about 6 inches down.
And there's a reason for that specific depth?
Yeah, it provides insulation, protects from really deep freezes, keeps moisture more consistent, and helps anchor it against that frost heave we talked about.
Makes sense. And orientation matters too, I assume. Pointy end up.
Definitely pointy end up.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the shoot comes from. The flatter, sometimes rooty-looking end goes down.
Right.
If you plant it upside down, it uses up so much energy just trying to turn around.
Right.
You might get delayed growth, weaker plants, or no flowers at all.
Okay, depth and direction. Got it. Anything else on planting?
Well, drainage is important. Bulbs hate sitting in water. They'll rot. So if you've got heavy clay soil, maybe mix in some compost or grit when you plant. And a layer of mulch on top after planting. That gives a bit of extra winter protection and helps keep the moisture even.
Okay, good basics. Now, let's talk about taking it up a notch, supercharging the planting. You can do the timing and depth right, but poor soil means poor results, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Soil is foundational.
And the sources we looked at really highlighted bone meal for fall planting. Why is that so beneficial?
Bone meal is, yeah, it's a real nutrient powerhouse, especially for what we're doing in the fall. It's packed with phosphorus and calcium.
Okay, P and cat, what do they do?
Phosphorus, the P, in NPK is absolutely vital for strong root development, which, as we've said, is the #1 goal of fall planting. It also helps later with flower and seed production, and calcium helps build strong cell walls, overall plant structure.
And I heard it's slow release. That sounds important for this timing.
That's a huge advantage, yes. It breaks down gradually, so it feeds the bulbs and perennials slowly, steadily, all through the winter, giving them those nutrients right when they're building that root system.
Perfect. How do you use it? Just sprinkle it around?
No, you want it down where the roots will be. Just mix a small amount, maybe a tablespoon or so, right into the soil at the bottom of the planting hole before you put the bulb or plant in.
Okay, easy enough. Feeding it right from the start.
Exactly.
But bone meal is quite specific. What about overall soil health? Our sources mention using a mix of amendments for a thriving garden ecosystem.
Yes, that's a really crucial point. Targeted nutrients like bone meal are great, but improving the whole soil environment, that benefits everything. Better soil structure means it holds water better, but also drains well. Lets air get to the roots.
Right. Roots need to breathe.
They do. And adding organic matter feeds the soil life, the bacteria, the fungi, all those microbes that actually make nutrients available to the plants. It's a living system.
So what kind of general amendments should you be thinking about for that healthy living soil?
Oh, there's a whole range. Compost is fantastic. Mushroom compost, garden compost, whatever. Adds nutrients, improves structure. Worm castings are amazing, like a superfood packed with microbes.
Worm castings, right.
Then you've got things like alfalfa meal for a gentle nitrogen boost, rock dusts like basalt or glacial for trace minerals. They all work together to create this really fertile environment where plants just thrive.
It's a whole different approach than just, throwing down some chemical fertilizer.
Totally different. It's
Yeah.
about building health long term.
And we came across a Canadian company, Mario's Super Soil, that seems focused on exactly this kind of organic approach. What's their philosophy?
Yeah, Maria's is a good example. They're all about premium organic dry amendments. Their whole thing is 100% natural, organic, sustainable. No synthetic chemicals.
Okay.
They really push that their dry amendments are effective, maybe even more efficient long-term than liquids, and affordable too. Used by home gardeners and commercial growers.
A focus on natural and sustainable. And they have a pretty wide range of products, right? Not just one thing.
That's right. They've got like balanced blends for general growth, but also specific formulas boosted for flowers and yield more phosphorus and potassium.
Tailored option.
Exactly. And then individual amendments too. Kelp meal for micronutrients and hormones, mycorrhizal inoculants.
Micro what now?
Mycorrhizal inoculants. They're beneficial fungi. They form a partnership with plant roots, helping them absorb way more water and nutrients. It's amazing stuff.
Huh. Fungi helping plants. Cool.
It really is. So yeah, they offer a lot depending on what your soil or plants might need.
And it seems like people using these kinds of organic products are seeing real results. We saw some testimonials.
Yeah, those really bring it home, don't they?
Yeah.
Like Lynn from Brantford, Ontario. She said it made growing just easy. Top dress once a month, water only.
Easy's good.
Definitely. And Joe from Calgary mentioned the products performing like nothing else, plus good service. It shows that focusing on the soil, using these organic inputs, it really can simplify things and give you that wow factor in the garden.
Okay, so let's tie this all together for everyone listening.
Right.
The big takeaway today seems to be that fall planting, it's not just busy work, it's actually your secret weapon for an incredible spring garden.
Absolutely. Strategic advantage.
Understanding that timing, late September, October, before the hard frost here in Canada, getting those planting basics right, 3 times the height, deep, pointy end up, thinking about drainage, and then supercharging it all with the right soil amendments. Bone meal for that crucial phosphorus boost for roots.
Yep, right in the hole.
And thinking bigger picture with things like compost, castings, those other organic goodies to build truly healthy soil overall.
By doing this, You're not just planting bulbs. You're really investing in future beauty. It's like taking a shortcut to a garden that thrives.
Leveraging nature's rhythm, giving plants the best possible start.
Exactly. Setting them up for resilience for that spectacular spring show.
Which leads us to maybe a final thought for you to chew on as you're looking out at your garden starting to wind down. Beyond the beautiful tulips and daffodils, what else could you be cultivating by putting in this effort now, in the fall? Could it mean bigger, earlier garlic harvests? Stronger perennials that come back year after year better than ever?
Yeah, or maybe even providing crucial early food for pollinators next spring.
Right. What unexpected benefits, what hidden potential could this autumn planting unlock for your garden, not just next spring, but for seasons to come?
Something worth digging into for sure.